Yo, cultural Confederates! So has the presidency become a monarchy? And the reason I ask this is because Wednesday night we had this disastrous town hall, CNN, Anderson Cooper, Kamala Harris. And this woman who is running for president, the first female president, can't answer a straight question. So I've written an article about this over at Substack I'm going to share with you. Welcome back to the channel, Culture Confederacy here. It's Friday, so happy Friday, everybody. And if you're new to the channel, no fancy graphics, epic soundtracks, pretty boy camera angles. It's you, me, my smartphone, the news of the day, and this mission, this crusade to preserve great art, music, history, and culture. But we treat the presidency as though they're a celebrity, a star in Hollywood. We have this thing called the election every 4 years. The pageantry, all these conventions for Republicans, Democrats, these town halls and these get-togethers in these different states, these caucuses. I mean, I've got nothing against that. But have we reached the point where the president has become a monarch, an elected monarch? So the title of the article, which you can go over to X, Culture Confederacy at Culture Confed 1 on X, click on the link here at Substack. But the title of the article, Kamala, our elected queen, why our CNN town hall shows the downfall of the presidency. So I start out by saying this. Wednesday night CNN town hall with our potential first woman president unveiled a major flaw with the executive branch. That is, there will always be one piece of unripened fruit in the basket. Kamala Harris's lack of vision on stage proved this fact. To his credit, Anderson Cooper held strong, adhering to voters' concerns and guiding the one-on-one steadily along. Even Cooper couldn't shield the obvious. The presidency has become a sterile, archaic institution. And it has. It's become sterile. It's become archaic. It's expanded its powers way beyond the original intent, feeding on illusion in place of the oil it needs as a constitutional function occupied by incompetence. As a side, how many know that the presidential seal is attached to the blue goose before the president speaks? Now, the blue goose is the lectern the president uses. There are actually 3 lecterns that the president uses: the blue goose, the falcon, and the toast. Now, the toast is used for really small functions, get-togethers, informal settings. Paste it on, turn on the microphone, and cue the camera. Just remember to smile and skim the teleprompter before addressing the public as my fellow Americans. Yes, the president's role stretches far beyond press conferences. Question is, are we prepared to rein in an elected queen? King or queen, the office has gradually unfolded as a mirror of the monarchy. Federalists assured fellow delegates during the ratification debates that our 3 governing bodies, the executive, legislative, judicial, would prevent such reincarnation. How could the founders foresee the invention of radio, television, or streaming, the expansion of presidential powers? Example, the 1960 election, those who heard the debate favored Richard Nixon, while viewers who witnessed the event from their living room rooted for the younger, strapping John F. Kennedy. Had the same scenario played out in 2008, Obama would have still been the victor. As I mentioned in just a moment, image is everything. It's the image, you see, this illusion of the office of the presidency that counts. Money may be the mother's milk of politics, but image is everything. Hollywood perfected this craft, and candidates have since followed suit, but who is writing the script? Lines blurred, a severe case of amnesia has overshadowed the warnings of George Mason and Patrick Henry. Mason leery that presidents would be, quote, directed by minions and favorites. Patrick Henry pined for a return to the old system of kings, lords, and commons, if in fact there was to be the implementation of such a position. Or as he put it, the chance of rulers in good faith alone being good men. A gamble of one's rights and liberty. We have contended with this dilemma since 1789. Those minions and favorites known as the Washington elite, Republicans and Democrats. So we have the ruling class, the political class in D.C. that runs everything. There's something seriously wrong with this picture. And we treat the president as though they're a celebrity, when their main function is to oversee certain functions of the government, day-to-day operations of the government. Must we ignore George Bush Sr.'s no new taxes gaffe, Kamala Harris's word salad diatribes that lead nowhere, Joe Biden's mental decline? Why are American citizens so reluctant to admit the truth? The presidency has always been defunct. Or is it the office of celebrities and monarchs? And that's the truth. The presidency, by its very nature, has always been flawed. It's always been flawed. Because you're creating this office where you're putting all this responsibility on one person. They have the final say. There's no second or third vote here. We can't be treating the president as though they're a king. And I've said several times on this channel, maybe it's time we rethink this thing called the presidency. Maybe expand it out to 4 or 5 people holding the office with different responsibilities rather than just one person. If Congress decides to go to war, maybe that should be voted by the American people first, then go through a vote through Congress. Just like we hold these elections. Let's talk about the Electoral College. A lot of people say we need to get rid of the Electoral College. Why not go with the popular vote? Well, the problem with the popular vote, some people argue, is that if you just have a popular vote, well, that would be like 2 wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner. But I've never really agreed with that because you have to have equal representation somewhere. You know, why is California getting 52 electoral votes and a state, let's say, like South Dakota or Wyoming getting maybe 1, 2, or 3 electoral votes? And South Dakota is a large state. Maybe not as big as California, but it's a large state. Maybe we should even things out across the board here. I think more representation is a good thing. Maybe have a dual system, maybe do it the way Nebraska does it. So I thought I'd share this article with you, but that really raises a question. This CNN town hall, have we turned the presidency into a monarch? And is this what we want in the future as Americans? Can we do better? That's a big question. Can we do better? So if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. You can follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time. You can go to X, Culture Confederacy, Culture Confed 1 on X. You can also find me at Substack. The Culture Confederacy saying, peace out, stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing called the United States. I'll catch you next time, and you all have a great Friday. Take care.